All right, so let's talk about how we're going to go about dealing with situations where we try to find an equivalent resistance. First, we need to identify all series and parallel combinations of resistors. Okay. Second, we calculate the equivalent resistance of each series and parallel combination. Then we redraw the circuit diagram, and then we'll repeat steps 1 through 3 until we have a single equivalent resistance, or at least as far as we can go. So let's consider this example. I've got a 5 ohm resistor, 4 ohm resistor, 12 ohm resistor, 8 ohm resistor. Now if you look, it looks like this 5 ohm and this 8 ohm are in parallel, but they're not, because before any electron that came through the 5 ohm can get back here to where the 8 ohm ends, it has to also go through this 4 or this 12. Okay? They split up right to be in parallel, but they don't come back together. To be in parallel, they have to begin and end at the same place. Similarly, this 5 is not in series with either this 4 or this 12. It's in series with the combination. So the only thing that is really, truly parallel or series is the 4 and 12 together. Alright, so we're going to figure out what the equivalent of that is. So I've got 1/4 of an ohm plus 1/12 of an ohm. Okay, well that's 1/4 is 3 over 12 ohms plus 1 over 12 ohms. Oh, that's 4 over 12 ohms. 1 over 3 ohms. That's 1 over R equivalent. So my R equivalent is going to be 3 ohms. All right. We'll shrink this down. Place it over here. And this is now equivalent to 3 ohms. So I redraw my picture. Five ohms, 3 ohms, 8 ohms. Oh, well these two are now clearly in series. Anything that goes through the 5 has to go through the 3. Alright, so then in series I just add them up. R equivalent equals 5 ohms plus 3 ohms, which equals 8 ohms. Great! So I'm going to go to a new page and I'm going to redraw this. Now I've got 8 ohms on the top, got 8 ohms on the bottom. They begin and end at the same place. So 1 over R equivalent is 1 over 8 ohms plus 1 over 8 ohms. That's 2 over 8 ohms, which is 1 over 4 ohms. So R equivalent is equal to 4 ohms. Okay, so we started with this. These two were in parallel, so I could combine them into 3 ohms. The 3 and the 5 were in series, so I could combine them into 8 ohms. The 8 and the 8 were in parallel, I combined them into 4 ohms.